Welcome to my channel. Here, we pull back the curtain on the figures who changed the course of history. We'll dive deep into their lives and retell their stories in a way that takes you to the heart of the action, experiencing details you've never heard before. Stop for a second and look around you. Every flash of light, every vibration of a phone, and every motor turning on this planet owes its existence to the mind of one man. A man who did not belong to our time, but was a time traveler trapped in a human body. At the stroke of midnight in 1856, the village of Smiljan witnessed a lightning storm unlike any before, as thunderclaps mingled with the cries of birth. Amidst this terror, Tesla was born. The midwife, trembling at the lightning, whispered, "This will be a child of darkness." But his mother looked at him with eyes full of hope and replied, "No, he shall be the child of light who illuminates the world." Tesla didn't see the world as we do. Since childhood, he was struck by powerful flashes of light, followed by images of complex machines and engineering designs floating in the air before him. He possessed a rare eidetic memory, allowing him to build an entire invention in his mind, run it for hours, observe the wear and tear of parts, and adjust the design, all without ever touching a pen or a single piece of metal. Tesla faced death early on when he contracted cholera. His father wanted him to become a priest, but he bargained from his sickbed, "I will recover if you let me study engineering." Tesla survived as if returning from the dead, carrying only a small bag and a heart overflowing with grand dreams, setting sail for America and leaving everything behind for a single idea that would change human history. Tesla arrived in New York with just 4 cents and a recommendation letter stating, "I know 2 great men. You are one, and this young man is the other." He stood before Thomas Edison, who relied on the weak, direct current, DC. Edison promised him $50,000 to improve his motors. Tesla worked for a full year without sleep, and when he succeeded, Edison laughed, saying, "You don't understand American humor," and refused to pay the bonus. Tesla found himself fired and broke, forced to dig ditches in New York streets under the freezing cold just to earn a meal. He held a pickaxe in his hand, but his mind was planning the alternating current, AC revolution. He didn't succumb to despair. Instead, he saw in every strike of the axe a spark for a future where the entire planet would be lit by cheap, clean energy, until he finally met investors who believed in his madness. Finally, Tesla secured funding for his own company and launched his alternating current system, which could transmit electricity over vast distances without losing power. This invention was a direct threat to Edison's empire, igniting the War of Currents, the fiercest commercial and scientific battle in history, where the competition wasn't just for money, but for who would own the future. Edison began a fierce smear campaign, electrocuting animals in public to prove that Tesla's current was lethal and dangerous. He even went as far as inventing the electric chair, using Tesla's AC current to link his rival's name with death. But Tesla, with his usual coolness, was planning a shocking response to silence all skeptics and emerge as the true master of lightning. At the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, Tesla stood before thousands and passed a current of millions of volts through his slender body until the bulbs in his hands lit up like magic. He remained unharmed, standing calmly and glowing, proving to the world that AC was the safety and the future. That night, everyone realized Edison's era had ended, and Tesla's era had begun. Since childhood, Tesla dreamed of taming the power of water, and his dream came true when he built the first hydroelectric plant at Niagara Falls. When the switch was flipped, electricity flowed 20 miles to light up the city of Buffalo. It was the first time such immense power had been transmitted, making the world realize that Tesla was not just an inventor, but a modern-day magician. Tesla moved to the mountains of Colorado to build a laboratory resembling a castle from fairy tales, where he conducted mysterious experiments on natural lightning. He created artificial bolts 130 feet long, with thunder heard 15 miles away. There, Tesla claimed to have picked up strange signals from space, leading the press to think he had lost his mind, while he was simply centuries ahead of his time. Tesla began building his giant Wardenclyffe Tower in New York, intended to transmit information and energy wirelessly around the globe for free. He wanted every human, even in the remotest deserts, to have access to free electricity. However, backers like J.P. Morgan withdrew when they realized they couldn't put meters on the energy to sell it to the people. For years, the invention of the radio was attributed to the Italian Marconi. But the truth is, Marconi used 17 of Tesla's patents. When Marconi succeeded in sending the first signal, Tesla nobly said, "Marconi is a good fellow, let him continue. He is using 17 of my patents." Tesla only regained his legal right after his death when the Supreme Court recognized him as the true inventor of the radio. In 1898, Tesla gave a demonstration that stunned the world at Madison Square Garden, where he controlled a small boat via wireless waves. People thought there was magic or a small animal inside the boat, but Tesla had invented remote control and laid the foundation for robotics, describing his boats as having a mechanical brain that responds to commands. Tesla believed everything in the universe has a specific frequency, and he designed a small oscillator that could fit in a pocket. Legend has it that when he tested it in his lab, the ground began to shake, and buildings in New York started to crack. People thought it was a real earthquake. Tesla had to smash the device with a hammer to save the area, warning that small vibrations could bring down massive bridges. Tesla's mind was extraordinary even in his daily life. He had a strange obsession with the numbers 3, 6, and 9. He refused to stay in a hotel room whose number wasn't divisible by 3 and would walk around a building 3 times before entering. He always said, "If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have a key to the entire universe." Words scientists are still trying to decode. As World War II approached, Tesla announced a superweapon called Teleforce, or as the press dubbed it, the Death Ray. Tesla claimed this beam could destroy entire armies from hundreds of miles away. He didn't aim to kill. Rather, he wanted to give every nation a weapon so powerful it would make wars impossible, because attacking would mean certain suicide. In his final years, Tesla became an extreme vegetarian, living only on milk, honey, and vegetables. He detested touching hair or jewelry, especially pearls. Despite his brilliance that lit up the world's cities, he lived alone in a modest hotel room, preferring to spend his time feeding hungry pigeons in the streets, considering them his only loyal friends. Tesla told a strange story about a white pigeon that visited him daily. He said she gave him inspiration, and on the night she died, he saw a light in her eyes brighter than any he had ever seen. For Tesla, that pigeon was a symbol of purity and beauty in a world filled with greed and war, and her departure signaled that his own time was drawing near. On January 7th, 1943, Tesla was found dead in room 3327 at the New Yorker Hotel. The genius passed away in silence and peace, leaving behind no material wealth, but tons of papers and diagrams. Upon the announcement of his death, intelligence agencies moved like lightning to seize his notebooks, fearing his secret weapons might fall into the wrong hands. To this day, there remain significant gaps in Tesla's notebooks seized by the U.S. government. It is said that inventions related to time travel, free energy, and communication with other worlds are still hidden in secret vaults. Tesla wrote in complex codes, leading the world to wonder, are we living today thanks to only a fraction of what they allowed us to know of his mind? After decades of intentional marginalization, Tesla's name has returned to occupy its rightful place. He is no longer just a name in forgotten textbooks. He has become a symbol of the modern technological revolution. Today, we realize that every luxury we enjoy, from Wi-Fi to radar, are seeds Tesla planted in the soil of the future while the world mocked his madness. When Elon Musk chose the name Tesla for his electric car company, it wasn't just marketing. It was a tribute to the man who designed the AC motor over a century ago. Tesla cars today are the embodiment of an old dream, proving that electricity can be the driving force of the planet without the need to pollute it with smoke and fuel. It was said that Tesla never slept more than 2 hours a day, spending the rest of his time working and thinking. He possessed immense mental energy, solving complex mathematical problems in seconds. He sacrificed his personal life and the chance to be the richest man in the world for one goal: to give humanity the tools to make their lives easier and more beautiful. If you look at the night sky and see city lights sparkling, know that it is an echo of Tesla's spirit. He didn't just invent machines, he invented the entire modern age. Tesla will always be that child born on a stormy night to become the child of light that never goes out, and the source of inspiration for every dreamer who dares to challenge the impossible. Our story ends here, but Tesla's story never truly ends. It lives in every device you touch and every innovative idea you have. Tesla left us a silent message. The present is theirs. The future for which I really worked is mine. So, will you be the one to continue this genius's journey and open new doors for science and beauty? The future is waiting for you.